Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I am determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I am determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. Today's Dharma reading is Looking Back on the Effort by Ajahn Yatiko from Beginning Our Day by the monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery. Yesterday, Lungpor Sopa was giving some reflections about Wat Pa Pong and what it was like in the early days. While Lungpor spoke, I looked over at Ajahn Pasano and saw him smiling brightly as he listened. I could almost see the wheels in Ajahn Pasano's head turning as his memories were being churned up. It seemed to me that he might have been thinking, I know what Lungpor Sopa is talking about, and no one else here can really know what it was like living with Lungpor Cha, but I do know, and I do remember. I recall somebody saying once that after years of difficult practice have passed and time has put some perspective on one's life, then one can look back on all the effort and suffering involved in the practice with real appreciation, delight, and gratitude. This is very different from the suffering that arises when one becomes obsessed with personal ambitions, worries, and concerns. When we look back on those sorts of past experiences, there tends to be a feeling of loss, a sense of time wasted. But again, when we look back at the effort we have put into our practice, how we have endured and cultivated the path, the beautiful teachings that we loved, respected, imbibed, and listened to, then the heart feels bright, warm, soft, and rich. That's something that I thought I clearly saw in Ajahn Pasano yesterday as Lungpor Sopa was recollecting his life at Wat Pa Pong. We can lose touch with the inspiring memories of our wholesome efforts due to the immediacy of the daily difficulties, frustrations, and temporary setbacks we experience. With these daily concerns, we can easily forget that we're engaged in something very beautiful and noble. So, from time to time, we need uplifting. We need to refresh ourselves, and that's where these inspiring memories of our past efforts come in. They can uplift and refresh our practice and are worth bringing up, reflecting upon, and appreciating. They remind us that we have been engaged in something very beautiful and noble indeed. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.